Commencement. Please stand while Kaylee DeBrine, who is graduating this afternoon summa cum laude with a Bachelor of Music degree in Music Education, leads us in the Star-Spangled Banner. Please remain standing after the anthem while Tatiana Baker, who is receiving a Bachelor of Science in Communication Disorders and Sciences, summa cum laude, will read this afternoon's opening reflection.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
As we gather here today, let us take a moment to reflect and to celebrate. We are grateful for those who are here to celebrate with us today, and we remember those who cannot be here but that are in our hearts. We and our families have dreamed of this day for years and have worked hard to reach it. To put on a traditional cap and gown, we have had to prove ourselves academically, dedicate countless hours to study and practice, and have learned many life lessons, discovering ourselves and finding our way. Much of the work of getting here we did on our own, each of us facing different hardships and challenges along the way. Today we share the pride in knowing we have reached a milestone in life. The support of others has made this day possible. So, with gratitude, we reflect on the family members and friends who have supported us in many ways on this journey. And we remember the faculty and staff here at Fredonia who have shaped our lives and developed our minds and prepared us for all that is ahead. Fredonia has been our home. It is where we have made lifelong friendships and memories of watching the trees turn gold, trudging through blizzards in shorts and flip-flops, and seeing campus finally come alive with blossoms. Our day has been filled with music, floating from Mason Hall and the Fredonia radio system speakers. Our nights have often in Reed Library hunkered down over assignments in Rockefeller Art Center, working or watching performances and exhibitions in the lab of the Science Center, or practicing and competing in Still Hall. Much of what we remember today are moments. Staying up late, talking to friends, working together on service projects, completing each of the little steps that has led us here today. Class of 2016, this is our day to reflect and to celebrate. Thank you.
Please be seated. Thank you, Kaylee and Tatiana. Thank you as well to Dr. Paula Holcomb and the Fredonia Wind Symphony for enriching this afternoon's celebration with your music. Platform guests, relatives, and friends, faculty and staff, and members of the 2016 graduating class. Today is indeed a special day. For your graduates and your families, today's commencement represents the culmination of many years of diligence and effort. Whether you came here from across New York or around the world, Fredonia has been, I hope, a place of welcome and challenge. In your studies and your friendships, your explorations and your successes, you have been challenged and learned about yourself, your field of study, and the world. The international flags hanging here represent the countries of Fredonia graduates and faculty in attendance today. These flags remind us of the global connections we have as an institution and our hopes for today's graduates to be forces for good in the world. Graduates, the Fredonia campus community has come to know you. We've seen you in the dining halls, in the library and laboratories, in classes, in student activities and athletics, in your roles as campus leaders across campus and beyond. Faculty and staff here have worked to help you find your voice and your passion, and to develop your independence in thinking and responsible action. From this point, it's up to you to show what Fredonians can do. Your employers, your communities, your families will see that you are skilled, creative, connected, and responsible. We're counting on you to use all that you've learned, to continue to learn as new questions and technologies arise, and to represent your alma mater proudly in all that you do. In a recent study, Fredonia's regional economic impact, which includes all of Chautauqua, Erie, and Cattaraugus counties, exceeded $204 million annually, while statewide, our campus impact surpassed $330 million. Our greatest contribution to this region and the state, however, is you. The example of your lives is the best advocacy for a Fredonia education, but we count on you to assist those who will follow you. With continued hard work, you will be successful in your professions and in your lives. As you advance in your careers, please help us recruit the best students, to build the network of successful alumni who can connect with students and programs, to share your story with those who are skeptical about the value of higher education, and to offer financial support for future students in this university as others have done for you. We're counting on you to make a difference. I will miss you, class of 2016 undergraduate and graduate students, but I look forward to seeing what impressive accomplishments you will have in the years ahead, and hope you'll carry the spirit of Fredonia with you, not as a memory, but as an important part of yourself as you leave here. Graduates, today we are here to honor you, but you know that many individuals have helped you along the way. Parents, grandparents, siblings, spouses and partners, other relatives, friends and teachers have supported you in many ways on the path to today's celebration. Graduates, please stand and wave to your people in the stands. Express your gratitude to these special relatives and friends. And those of you in the audience who are so proud of today's graduates, please join me in expressing enthusiasm for their accomplishments. It is now my pleasure to introduce the members of this afternoon's platform party who will stand as their names are called. Please hold your applause until the entire platform is introduced. Dr. Rob Deemer, Chair of the Fredonia University Senate, and Associate Professor and Head of Music Composition in the School of Music. Dr. Greg Gibbs, President of the Fredonia Alumni Association Board of Directors. Dr. Roger Byrne, Interim Dean of the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences. Dr. Christine Givner, Dean of the College of Education. Dr. Russell Bosley, Dean of the School of Business. Jason Burgos, President of the Student Association, student representative to the Fredonia College Council, and one of our graduates this afternoon. His family members attending include parents Silverio and Patrice Burgos, and sisters and brother-in-law Ashley and Scott Ackard, and Leanne Burgos-Smith and Brad Smith. Will you stand, please, and be recognized? Jason's family. Thank you. Dr. Ralph Blasting, Dean of the College of Visual and Performing Arts. Dr. William Borner, Chief Diversity Officer and Director of the Office of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. Stephen Keefe, member of the Fredonia College Council. Dr. Judy Horowitz, Associate Provost for Graduate Studies, Sponsored Research, and Faculty Development. Distinguished Service Professor H. Joseph Strait, Chair of the Department of Mathematical Sciences and today's official mace bearer. Betty Gossett, Interim Vice President for University Advancement. Emma Florian, Graduate Student Reflection Speaker. Tatiana Baker, Undergraduate Reflection Speaker. Russell Dietrich Jr., member of the Fredonia College Council. Dr. Kevin Kearns, Vice President for Engagement and Economic Development. Dr. David Herman, Vice President for Student Affairs. Dr. Lisa Hunter, Associate Provost for Curriculum, Assessment, and Academic Support. Stephanie Willis, Senior Class President. The Honorable Frank Pagano, Chair of the Fredonia College Council. And today's keynote speaker, Fredonia alumnus, Dr. Jeffrey Kelly. Thank you to all members of the Platform Party for being part of this celebration. Today's ceremony is a collaboration among many hardworking support staff, cheerful volunteers from throughout campus, and the Commencement Committee, chaired by Michael Lemieux. Thank you to all who have worked collectively to make this celebration a special day for graduating students and their families and friends. Thank you also to this afternoon's faculty, staff, marshals, and I invite you to stand. Dr. Mira Tetkowski-Berkeley of the Department of Curriculum and Instruction, Adjunct Lecturer Rebecca Conti of the Department of Mathematical Sciences, and Dr. Leanna White of the Counseling Center, all of whom have retired or are retiring from Fredonia. Thank you for your service today and for years. Also, please join me in recognizing these graduating student marshals who are honored for their academic achievement and service to Fredonia. Please stand as I call your name. Natalie K. Buck, Michelle Cope, Sarah Joy Dix, Brianna Henningham, John G. Morganti, and Leanne Schaefer. Student marshals. I would also like to recognize 2016 recipients of the SUNY Chancellor's Award for Student Excellence, Tatiana Baker, Kirsten Derenbacher, and Olivia Kaltenbach. Please stand and be recognized. Today's sign language interpreter is Janelle Kruger. Thank you. And thank you as well to those who are coordinating today's live streaming video and television broadcast in the Ice Arena and in the Dunkirk-Fredonia area. Frank Pagano of Fredonia, who was appointed by then-Governor David Patterson in 2009 to a 7-year term as a member and chair of the Fredonia College Council, will now give greetings on behalf of the Council. Mr. Pagano started his career in banking, then served as president of MPJ Enterprises, a real estate development and management company. In 1986, he was recognized by the Fredonia Business Club as the Business Person of the Year. From 1998 to 2006, Mr. Pagano served as chairman of the Chautauqua County Industrial Development Agency. Mr. Pagano served 3 consecutive terms as mayor of the village of Fredonia from 1995 to 2007, during which time the village was chosen by Business First as the best community in Western New York. In 2005, he was elected to serve a 1-year term as president of the New York State Conference of Mayors. And in 2006, then Mayor Pagano was listed in the Congressional Record by Congressman Brian Higgins for his outstanding contribution to the New York Council of Mayors. Now giving greetings on behalf of the Fredonia College Council, Chair Frank Pagano.
Good afternoon. President Horvath, College Council members, administrators, faculty, alumni, parents, guests, and members of the class of 2016, I'm honored to welcome you to Fredonia's 189th graduation ceremony. I'd like to also give a special Fredonia welcome to our keynote speaker, Dr. Jeffrey Kelly. Welcome. It's remarkable to think that the past 4 years at Fredonia are coming to a close. Let's take a moment to think about the journey you have taken together. It's been one full of twists and turns, marked by countless challenges, whether they be academic, athletic, artistic, or personal. It is a wonderful achievement for each of you to have made it to this day, and we are proud to share the moment with you. But you have not made this journey by your own efforts alone. I'd like to take a few minutes to acknowledge the people who have traveled with you, because the truth is, none of you would have made it to commencement without them. Your families are here today to support you, as they always have. Your professors, too, are with us today. The distinguished faculty and their dedication to students is a hallmark of Fredonia's tradition of excellence. Through their efforts and with the support of your fellow students, you have survived the past 4 years. More than survive, you have thrived at this university. More than just completing your studies, you have become an integral part of the Fredonia community. You clinched athletic championships, starred in fantastic theatrical productions, and put in countless hours of community service. Looking around at this gathering, you can pick out the faces of friends who have been with you through the best of times and the worst. People who will be your lifelong friends, thanks to your shared experiences at Fredonia. Just remember that the degree you receive today is really just your learner's permit for the rest of the drive through life. You can't exchange your degree for cash, and your degree can't interview for you. You can't eat it, and you can't make love to it. To be successful, you don't have to be smarter than the next person. All you have to do is be willing to work harder than the next person. Remember, the only place that success comes before work is in the dictionary. In closing, I'd like to share with you a quotation from Amy Poehler, who recently told a class at Harvard, "Even though as a class you are smart, you are still allowed to say, 'I don't know.' Just because you are in high demand, you are still allowed to say, 'Let me get back to you.' This will come in handy when your parents ask you what your plan is to move out of the basement, and you answer, 'I don't know, I'll get back to you.'" Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Pagano, for your welcome, your unwavering support of this institution, and your encouragement to the graduates and campus community. This year's graduating class exhibits the best of Fredonia's tradition, its spirit, and its future. Members of the class of 2016 have developed their skills and brought pride and distinction to our university in so many ways. They've applied their knowledge off campus through internships, service learning, and clinical field placements. Representing the graduating class is Senior Class President Stephanie Willis from Queensbury, New York. Stephanie graduated this morning with a Bachelor of Science degree in Communication Public Relations, magna cum laude. Her resume of campus activities and involvement is diverse and impressive. She has served as a student manager in the Office of Campus Life since fall 2014 and was an intern for the office this spring, helping to create promotional materials. In addition, she completed internships at the Fredonia Technology Incubator and the Career Development Office, helping to create communication and marketing tools. She was a research intern with the Office of Admissions, and she has served as a student orientation leader for incoming first-year and transfer students. Her passion for photography includes freelance work and serving as staff photographer for the Leader student newspaper. As co-president of Colleges Against Cancer this year, Stephanie's dedication to Relay for Life led to highly successful events, including an inspiring video shown during this year's Luminaria ceremony. Her leadership ability was also demonstrated through key roles with Spectrum, the Student Association, and the Senior Challenge Committee. She also found time to explore another creative outlet as a member, vice president, and business manager of Some Like It Hot, one of Fredonia's a cappella singing groups. Other groups benefiting from her energy included the University Senate, President's Student Cabinet, the Student Opera Theater Association, Business Club, and American Marketing Association. Stephanie was named to the Alpha Lambda Delta First-Year Student Honor Society and was tapped as its outstanding senior. The Alma Mater Society, Fredonia's top non-academic honor, and Lambda Pi Eta, the National Honor Society in Communication. Her plans, in turn, include returning home to the Adirondacks, where she will manage a resort and restaurant on Lake George, also serving as the Principal Public Relations and Marketing Director and Banquet Coordinator. She plans to apply for graduate studies in higher education student affairs. Joining Stephanie this afternoon are her dad, Jeremy Willis, sister, Morgan Willis, grandparents Glenn and Mary Skaggs and Frank Duncan, aunts and uncles Melissa Cook and Barbara, Ron, and Ken Willis, and cousins. May I ask all of you please to stand and be recognized? Stephanie's family. And now it is my great pleasure to present Senior Class President Stephanie Willis.
Good afternoon. I would like to extend a personal welcome to our distinguished faculty and staff, supportive family and friends, and most importantly, to each and every person before me in the class of 2016. It is my greatest honor to be standing before you today as president of our graduating class, a moment that I never could have imagined for myself 4 years ago. Our class has come together in ways that have been unmatched by every class before us, raising over $17,000 for the biggest class gift in Fredonia's history. This gift of an outdoor pavilion stage can be seen in Dodds Grove after the ceremony today. On behalf of the class of 2016, I would like to invite President Horvath to the podium to receive our gift to the campus. And while I obviously do not have the stage with me, we have memorialized our gift with a nice high-quality image. This class gift was a product of conversations between myself, Dr. Horvath, and our Senior Challenge Committee. Being involved with Spectrum Entertainment, working with Some Like It Hot female a cappella group, and different groups for the Student Association, along with photographing events for the School of Music and the Department of Theater and Dance, proved to me the value of performance. It is our hope that this gift will exemplify creativity and opportunity. Fredonia is a place where everyone gets the chance to create, and we have left behind a permanent space where future generations will be able to build their own legacy. I want to take a moment to honor those who have been instrumental in making that gift possible. To the thunderous applause of our supporters in the bleachers, I would like to invite everyone with a donation of $20.16 or more made in their name to please stand. Thank you for being part of our history. In addition, I want to take a moment to acknowledge the members of our Senior Challenge Committee. These 18 outstanding individuals were the driving force behind not only our class gift, but making all of the events possible along the way to celebrate our accomplishments. Let's give them a round of applause for their dedication to our class. Today, we reflect on all of the amazing opportunities that Fredonia has provided for us and look towards limitless futures. Through photography, I've been able to capture some amazing moments here, with so much of my time spent looking through the viewfinder of a camera. You may instead recognize me by my alias, Steph Photos. which more people call me than my actual name, surprisingly. When I begin to picture my time here at Fredonia, the memories come back like a video montage of my greatest experiences. I picture the move-in crew asking how many bricks were packed in my totes as they carried them to the 3rd floor of Alumni Hall. And those nervous and exciting moments after my family had left and I was truly on my own. I picture the November snowstorm, and while it was a lot of snow, I saw the amazing ways that this community came together to help a couple poor college kids get out of their driveway. I picture students lounging on the grass and throwing frisbees on the quads when the sun comes out. I picture the line out the door when Zoni's first opened downtown, and the same line we made across campus for Dinosaur Barbecue. Because if I have learned one thing here, it is that Fredonians are incredibly passionate about good food, myself included. While I know this is not my Grammy acceptance speech yet, there are so many people that I would like to thank for making these moments possible. First and foremost, thank you to my father, who is here today. He has been in the audience of all of the greatest memories of my life, including 7 years of all-county orchestra. That's a lot. Your support and unyielding love has pushed me to always achieve more, and I could not have grown into the person I am today, or probably wouldn't be standing here today without your influence. Thank you to Morgan, my younger sister, for keeping me updated on all the cool hashtags and proving to me every day how much you can love someone. Thank you to my grandparents, aunts, uncles, friends, housemates, and all those who traveled so far to be here for this special time. Thank you to Mike Lemieux and the entire commencement committee with all of the volunteers out here making this possible, including 2 amazing women who inspire me every day, Jennifer Wilkins and Rachel LaPaglia. Thank you to Kathy Karras and Patty Feraldi, who advised our class for this entire year, and they had no idea what they were getting into when I got elected into this role. Thank you to the members of the Platform Party, especially Dr. David Herman, who will retire this year. He has selflessly given so much to the students of Fredonia, and it was a privilege working with you over the past 4 years, and you will definitely be missed. Above all, thank you to each and every person in the class in front of me. A new initiative of our Senior Challenge Committee was featuring students on our Fred Last Facebook page. We would interview those who donated to the gift and their favorite places on campus to share a little piece of their stories. And you might have seen some of those today on the projectors. Every time I walked away from one of these interviews, I felt my perceptions of Fredonia change, and only for the better. I ended up in some of the craziest places on campus, like the reed-making room in Mason, the welding studio, an exercise science lab in our new science center, and even the costume storage in Rockefeller. Thank you for letting us into a little piece of your home here. There aren't enough words or lines on a resume to detail the accomplishments and successes in this room. We all have walked in here with a different story, but we'll leave unified as a strong class of Fredonia alumni. This unity is what inspired so much of my time here. I think of those who came before me in our student association and those who will precede me in their commitments to enhancing our student experience. I think of the ways we have represented our school at national and international performance and research competitions, and even a personal favorite when our college choir took the stage at Carnegie Hall. I think of 4 years of Relay for Life, where we came together to collectively raise over $100,000 towards cancer research and prevention. We have so much to be proud of. The cliche is to talk about the ways that time moves so fast. And I personally measured the time I have and the amount of meal points I have left, so I should have graduated about a month ago. Yesterday, we were students. Today, we are graduates, and tomorrow, we are alumni. It is amazing how somewhere along this journey, 2 empty cups of coffee and a few hours of sleep turned into a cap and a gown. Our first activities night turned into our last e-board meeting. The friends we made at orientation became our housemates. The hours spent at the library turned into a degree. And our first steps on campus become our last steps across this stage today. How lucky are we to have something that makes saying goodbye so hard? I will forever be grateful for the time I've had in Fredonia and for all of the people who have played a role in this experience. If I were to leave our class with any words of advice, it would be the same words that are on my cap today. Wherever you go, go with all of your heart. To the class of 2016, Thank you.
Thank you, class of 2016, for your generous and lasting gift. Thank you, Stephanie, for those heartfelt remarks and for your years of service and leadership. You have quietly, strongly made such a difference here in many ways. In recognition of your success and in thanks for all you have done here, I would like to present you with a memento of your time as class president. Throughout this year, and especially in your role in coordinating the Fred Last interviews and photo shoots, you have shared the gift of your viewfinder, showing Fredonia students, events, and the campus in remarkable light. As a reminder of your own gifts and the gift of the class of 2016, this crystal camera carries with it a reminder of the best wishes of your alma mater, with hopes that throughout your life, whenever you see it, you will remember this day as one brilliant snapshot of your success. I admire you, and I have confidence in your photography, your ability to organize people, and your good, caring heart. Stephanie, be well, live your dreams, be happy. And now, the Fredonia Chamber Choir, under the direction of Dr. Gerald Gray, will sing To You, with music by Fredonia alumnus Dr. Sean Doyle and text by Langston Hughes. The words of this piece are in the inside cover of your program today.
To sit and dream, to sit and read, to sit and learn about the world, to sit and dream, to sit and read, to sit and learn about the world outside our world of here and now. To sit and dream from the world, to learn about the world, to sit and outside our world, here and sit and dream around the world. To dream
Thank you, Dr. Gray and the Fredonia Chamber Choir, for that wonderful performance. We have a special guest joining us today. Charles E. Schumer was elected in November 2010 for his third term representing New York State as a U.S. Senator. He serves as the appointed Vice Chair of the Democratic Conference, the number 3 position on the Democratic leadership team, and a member of the Senate Finance Committee. Senator Schumer is also the ranking member on the Committee on Rules and Administration, and he chairs the Democratic Policy and Communication Center. Senator Schumer sits on the Senate Judiciary Committee, the Committee on Banking, Housing, and Urban Affairs, and the Joint Committee on the Library. He is also the ranking member of the Judiciary Committee's Subcommittee on Immigration, Refugees, and Border Security. Before his election to the Senate, he represented the 9th Congressional District in Brooklyn and Queens for 18 years, and the 45th Assembly District in Brooklyn for 6 years. It is indeed our honor to have him with us today to give greetings on behalf of the U.S. Senate. Joining us for his 10th Fredonia Commencement, Senator Charles Schumer.
Well, thank you, and thank you, President Horvath, and all of those who make Fredonia not only one of the best institutions of higher learning in this region, but in our entire state. So, job well done, Madam President, and all of your staff. Whoa. Now, it's my honor to address the members of the platform, the friends and family of the graduates, but most of all, you, the class of 2016 Fredonia, congratulations to you. Now, first, I'd like to announce my class gift. As you know, it's hard to pay for college. And if you're poor, the federal government helps you out. That's a good thing. But what about the middle class? And so I wrote a law several years ago that's now on the books that says that you or your parents, whoever paid for college, can take as a full tax credit $2,500 off your federal taxes for every year of college or graduate school to help defray the cost of tuition, provided, in Washington there's always a provided your family income is below $200,000 a year. Right. That's most people. So if you come from a family that makes below $200,000, make sure you or mom or dad takes that credit. It's relatively new, and last year about a quarter of all the people who are entitled to take it did not. If you happen to be one of those who forgot, you can file a simple one-page form with the IRS and get up to 3 years back, the tax credit back, a check for up to $7,500. Not bad class gift. Now, what happens if you come from a family that makes above $200,000 a year? God bless you. I'd like to say a word to the moms and dads. I know how you feel because it was a few short years ago, my wife Iris and I sat where you did and watched our daughter Jessica come up on the platform and get her diploma. It was one of the greatest days of our lives. And if you're like us, you think back to the hard times. It's not always so easy raising kids. We remembered when Jessica was 5 months old. We rushed her to the hospital because she had 106.5 fever. We didn't think she'd make it. Praise God, she did. We remembered when we put her on the kindergarten bus when she was 5 years old for the first time. As the bus pulled away, she ran to the back of the bus, waved goodbye, tears streaming down her little cheeks. But at 2 o'clock, when Iris went to meet her on the bus's return, she bounded off, happy as could be. She said, "Mommy, I came back." When we talked to her that night, we realized what was going on in her little mind. She thought that was it. New family, new house, new parents. Then we remembered Jessie as a teenager, where she didn't say much to us. And when she did, we didn't understand a word she said. And then moms, dads, you see your daughters, your sons, come up here on the platform, get a diploma, and become an adult before your very eyes. Congratulations to the moms and dads here today. And one final word of thanks. We're having a great time here at Fredonia this afternoon. But there are young men and young women, many from this area, who are in our armed forces, often overseas, in dangerous places, risking their lives for our freedom. Let's have a round of applause for them as well. Now, to this great class of Fredonia 2016, you know, you're graduating with a whole bunch of advantages. One is the college degree you're getting here from Fredonia. Only about a third of all young people your age will get any college degree, and yours is better than most because your education here has been so good. Second, as I mentioned, you have families. They'll always be behind you. They'll always have your back. But there's a third advantage you have, which you may not have thought of. You're the first generation to grow up amidst all of this new technology. In 1988, a few years before most of you were born, that was the first year the word internet was ever seen in print. There was no Google, no Facebook, no text messaging, no email, no emojis, no hashtags, no LOL. In 1994, that may have been the year some of you were born, there were 13 websites on the World Wide Web. That's it, 13. Now there are 15 billion. Shows you how quickly technology is changing our world. And you know, your parents, your teachers, me, we of the older generation, we try to get used to this technology, but it's hard for us. We're learning it as adults. But for you, it's a natural. You were born into it. Technology is to your generation as water is to a fish. You've been swimming in it your whole lives. You're instinctively familiar with it. And so the fact that you have these advantages, great degree and education, wonderful families, and you're the first generation to be so totally familiar with this technology means one thing. Now is the time, if there ever was one, to figure out what your dream really is. Reach high for it, even if it seems hard to get there. Then reach deep down inside yourself. See what you're made of. See if you can achieve that dream. My advice to the class of 2016 is very simple. Go for it. Now, sometimes you'll make the wrong choice, but if my history is my experience is any indication, you'll pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and move forward. But if you make the right choice, with a lot of hard work, a little luck, and some prayer, your life will be enriched forever. Now, I learned these lessons myself. When I was seated at college graduation a few decades back, as you are seated there today, I had just learned that I had won a scholarship to travel all around the world, all expenses paid, for a whole year. For me, it was the opportunity of a lifetime. I had never been out of the country before. But at the same time, I had met a girl, and I fell in love. I know what you're thinking. Ah. Now, I had to decide. Do I go around the world for a whole year on the all-expense-paid scholarship? Or do I stay home with the girl, my first true love? What would you do, class of 2016? Madam President, the class is divided. I stayed home with the girl. I should have listened to you, because the story continues. That summer, she went on a short vacation, and I went to the airport to meet her on her return. As soon as she got off the plane, I saw by the look on her face, something was the matter. She dumped me by Labor Day. There I was, no scholarship, no trip around the world, no girl. I said to myself, what a loser you are. You're never going to make anything of yourself. Just give up right now. And in fact, I stayed in my house for several months, moped around, feeling sorry for myself. But somehow I picked myself up, dusted myself off, and moved forward. And a few years later, I found myself seated at graduation once again, this time from law school. But on the way home from law school, I told Mom and Dad I wasn't going to join the fancy law firm like we had planned. I told them my love was politics. My dream was to run for office, even though the chances of winning were remote. My parents, as you can imagine, were shocked. My mother was particularly disappointed. You see, I came from a working-class family. My father was an exterminator, never made much money, never went to college. And the law firm I was turning down was paying $400 a week, which in those days was more money than my family had ever seen. But my dream was to run for office. And so that fall, at the age of 23 and against very long odds, I ran for the New York State Assembly, and I had 3 opponents. There was the party machine candidate, there was a neighborhood activist, and then there was my mother, who was telling all her friends not to vote for me. So as she said, I'd get this dumb idea of being a politician out of my big, thick head. Well, graduates, a few years earlier, I sure didn't get that girl. But that November, I won the election. So, to this great class, Fredonia 2016, you've been given some great advantages, including a great education, great family, and an instinctive knowledge of the new technology in which we all live. It is my hope, it is my prayer, and indeed it's my confidence that you'll use those gifts wisely, use them well, and achieve your dream. To the class of 2016, congratulations, good luck, Godspeed, and don't forget, go for it.
Our commencement speaker is Fredonia alumnus and scientist Dr. Jeffrey W. Kelly, the Lita Annenberg Hazen Professor of Chemistry and Chairman of the Department of Molecular Medicine at the Scripps Research Institute in California. Following his graduation from Fredonia in 1982, Dr. Kelly earned his PhD in chemistry from the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. The focus of Dr. Kelly's research at Scripps is to understand the principles of protein folding and to comprehend how this process goes awry, leading to neurodegenerative diseases. He discovered tafamidis, a first-in-class drug sold by Pfizer to ameliorate peripheral neuropathy. He is a member of the board of directors of public and private companies, 3 of which he founded. Dr. Kelly has been elected to the American Academy of Arts and Sciences, named a Searle Scholar, and received the Royal Society of Chemistry Jerry Knowles Award. Other honors include the Arthur C. Cope Scholar Award of the American Chemical Society, the DuPont Young Investigator Award from the Protein Society, and the Outstanding Achievement Award from the Fredonia Alumni Association. Dr. Kelly also serves on the Fredonia College Foundation Board of Directors. He established the Kelly Family Scholarship for incoming first-year students and the new Science Center's 120-seat state-of-the-art lecture hall that is named in his family's honor. Graduating senior Philip Franchino received the opportunity of a lifetime as an intern at Scripps last summer, working in the lab of one of Dr. Kelly's collaborators, Dr. Sandra Encalada. This transformative experience in the Scripps lab solidified Phil's decision to apply to doctoral degree programs. With their recommendations, Phil will be a PhD student in molecular and cell biology at the University of California at Berkeley this fall. Dr. Kelly has earned his alma mater's respect for his many achievements and our gratitude for his generosity in sharing his experience with the next generation of Fredonia scientists and entrepreneurs. I'm honored to extend a warm welcome to Dr. Jeffrey Kelly.
Wow, what a distinguished, good-looking, and well-dressed group. To President Horvath, the College Council, faculty and staff, Senator Schumer, and especially our graduates, thank you for the honor of spending this very special day with you. First and foremost, let us show our enthusiasm for the graduating class of 2016 by way of a big round of applause. And to the parents, grandparents, brothers and sisters, aunts, uncles, and family and friends who stood by these graduates, motivated them, sent them care packages, and especially tuition checks, this is your day too. Graduates, let's give your supporters a huge round of applause. I'm really delighted to be here today, to be back at my alma mater, where I stood in your shoes more years ago than I care to remember. When I got an email from President Horvath inviting me to be this year's graduation speaker, I accepted it without a moment's hesitation. But a few hours later, it hit me. What in the world does a guy who doesn't have a Facebook account, doesn't tweet, doesn't play video games, talk about that could be remotely interesting to a freshly minted SUNY Fredonia graduate? But after fretting a few hours, my fear subsided when I realized I couldn't remember anything about my SUNY Fredonia commencement speaker. Not one thing. What I do remember about my graduation, however, was how immensely proud my family was of me. I was the first to have graduated college from my family, and they came all the way from north of Buffalo just to cheer me on. However, I made a huge mistake that day, one that you should not make. Be sure not to miss out on this opportune occasion to ask your parents for money. It's almost certainly the last time you'll have this chance. Now, at this juncture, many a commencement speaker have argued that graduates should follow and pursue their dreams with dogged determination. And you heard the message from Senator Schumer loud and clear. However, I'd like to offer a slightly different perspective. Only very rarely is your initial idea straight out of college your best idea, or even a survivable entrepreneurial idea. And a key skill in life is to know when you're failing, have failed, or about to fail, so you can adjust and regroup. One of the take-home messages today is that there isn't a thing wrong with failing. Failure, after all, is just a part of moving through life. However, frankly, I wasn't well acquainted with failure when I was your age. At 22, I felt pretty confident that the hardest chapter in my life, graduating from college, was behind me, and the rest of life would be a downhill cruise. Boy, was I stupid. During my senior year at Fredonia, I was fortunate enough to have been admitted to the graduate program in chemistry at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, where I was able to stave off the real world for a few more years. But my arrival to Chapel Hill proved to be more difficult than I anticipated. I was told I would have to take entrance examinations in each subdiscipline of chemistry. There were 5 of them. Now, no one mentioned this little secret fact about the program during the recruiting phase. Now, had I known that, I may have reconsidered the whole PhD. At the very least, I would have reconsidered where I attended graduate school. But I gave each examination my best shot. And I fell flat on my face in one of the 5 examinations. In fact, I didn't even come close to passing the physical chemistry entrance exam. Not only was I questioning my ability in my chosen career path at that point, but then I was told that I would have to take the graduate physical chemistry course in order to make up for my deficiencies. That is what I should have learned as an undergrad. Now, if I didn't have the requisite knowledge to pass the undergraduate course, how in the world was I going to pass a graduate course? So as you might imagine, I was a little freaked out by this whole proposition. But despite my insecurities about the future, I kept pushing forward. And even though I could barely understand the lectures at the beginning, and I failed the first of 3 exams, I didn't give up. In fact, it took me halfway through the course before I finally started to understand the subject matter enough so that I could pass the last 2 exams with B's. I never worked harder in my life to learn something and to relearn mathematics that I thought I knew but didn't. Through this struggle, I learned a very valuable life lesson: the importance of mentorship. Now, my physical chemistry professor in graduate school was my teacher and my exam writer, the bad cop, if you will, but he also very effectively played the good cop position, constantly encouraging me so that I could eventually overcome my insecurities about learning such a difficult subject. He taught me a lot about how to learn difficult material and to teach myself things, and perhaps as importantly, how to be a great teacher. Now, eventually I passed the course, but I took away a lot more than a passing score. Through this semester-long struggle, I learned my very first valuable lesson in life. The importance of getting back up when you get knocked down. There were plenty of days during that semester I wasn't sure I was going to make it. But in the end, perseverance outweighed my self-doubt. Now, this is not to say that life's been smooth sailing ever since. As many of us who are a little longer in the tooth than the graduates know, life is a series of tests and choices. Just when you think you've overcome one hardship, another one comes along, and then another. Life can beat you down if you let it, but the key is resilience, the ability to bounce back when faced with adversity. If I hadn't learned this early on, I may not have been prepared for a much bigger failing, one that occurred much later in my professional career. I had been vice president of the Scripps Research Institute in La Jolla, California for nearly a decade when I was hit with a crushing blow. I was fired. Our president was moving along at full speed to open a second research campus in Florida, which I thought was a bad idea for numerous reasons. One of them being our inability to attract enough funding in the era of continued funding decreases by the federal government for basic research. Obviously, my opinions were ill-received, and as it turned out, were not accurate. Scripps, Florida is thriving today, now 10 years later. I learned two very valuable things from this experience that I think are worthwhile to share with you today. First, be audacious. Fantastic leaders don't get intimidated when their spreadsheet doesn't add up. A great example of this is Steve Jobs. He could see that the world needed a cell phone that was also a camera and a computer and a music player and a calculator, but nearly everyone, all the cell phone analysts that cover Wall Street, predicted that the iPhone was something the world didn't need and wouldn't embrace. Many experts, in fact, predicted that this would be the end of Apple again. Even the board of directors of the Apple Corporation were skeptical. Now, we all know how this story ended, right? The second lesson that I learned from failure is that my boss was right to fire me. I wasn't taking advantage of his mentoring, and I certainly didn't share his vision. Now, I hope you don't fail on the levels that I did, but this experience made me think a lot. And instead of taking a job as president or provost of another university or research institute, which I had a number of opportunities to do, I surprised my colleagues and decided to stay at Scripps as a faculty member and pursue my true passion of biological discovery and drug development, and stay away from academic leadership, at least for a while. Now, failure gave me an inner sense of security that's been incredibly enabling in my professional career, and in fact, in all other aspects of my life. An inner sense of security that I never obtained by passing examinations or through scholarly work. It made me realize that I was much stronger and resilient than I had ever appreciated. Now, irrespective of what you love, whether it's music, engineering, business, medicine, teaching, civil service, dream big, be audacious, lean on others in the process of honing your dreams and plans, especially soon after graduation. Pick mentors, a few of whom are thoughtful skeptics, and a few who are the optimistic cheerleader types. And if you fail, think of failure as a lesson, a stepping stone along the way to success. Do it better, or at least differently, the second or third time, and even better the time thereafter. Whatever you do, do not fear failure. Failure can be transformative. It enabled me to reflect on passions that I truly wanted to pursue, and it was there to teach me and mold me into the person that I was destined to become. And it allowed me the opportunity for personal growth and an opportunity to be a better, more focused human being than I was before. So when failure and hardship come knocking, as they almost inevitably will, remember this, a quote that comes from Sumner Redstone that resonates with me. Success isn't built on success. It's built on failure, it's built on frustration, and sometimes it's built on catastrophe. Now, the second, much shorter, and last overarching theme of my address today is repaying your debt. Now, I'm not talking about the student loans that Senator Schumer was talking about. Instead, I'm talking about using your skills, education, resources, good health, and good fortune to make the global village a better place than it is today. Many problems exist in our society, as you know, whether it be economic disparity, global warming, or terrorism. All of us have something to contribute, something to leave behind for the greater good of society. Now, I have a sense of what the graduate students are thinking, at least what I was thinking when I was in your shoes, that we're too unimportant and too inexperienced to contribute to society at this time. I know that's not true. And a quote from the Dalai Lama applies. If you think you are too small to make a difference, try sleeping with a mosquito. For me, it's not the accolades, the drugs that I help produce, or the money that I make that gives me a sense of satisfaction. It's the pursuit to truly make a difference in other people's lives that makes me happy. I know a lot of very wealthy people who are miserable because they're making money at something they truly don't enjoy doing. They're acquiring things and looking outward for happiness when they should be looking within. As you may know already, money can't make you whole. It may be the source of temporary contentment, or it may solve a short-term family problem. But true happiness comes from having a servant leader mentality and giving back to society. Graduates, our lives are better and easier in 2016 because people before us displayed tremendous courage to make the world, and especially the United States of America, a better place to live and work by giving back. Martin Luther King, the GIs that defend our freedom, Susan B. Anthony, and numerous very successful SUNY Fredonia graduates that I wish I had time to tell you their stories today. These individuals have struggled and sacrificed for us. The story of service and sacrifice is what makes this country a very special place to live in. Do you realize that philanthropy is almost exclusively a United States of America phenomenon? Giving back will make you a better person. It'll make this country and this world even greater for your children and grandchildren. It's time to close, and I'll leave you with one of my favorite quotes. Some words of wisdom from the Car Guys talk show on National Public Radio. You will never have more energy or enthusiasm or hair or brain cells than you have today. Just go for it. Embrace success. Learn from failure. And when you're in a position down the road to give something back, when you have less hair and ideally more wisdom than you do today, don't forget to do something for those less fortunate than you. Start doing this as soon as possible, and you will leave the world a better place for all of us. Enjoy this wonderful day, safe travels, and may you all enjoy good health and happiness in the future. Enjoy.
Thank you. you, Dr. Kelly, for sharing your story and this inspiring message with the graduates and their families. As we begin the presentation of candidates, please remain seated in Steele Hall until all graduates are recognized as a courtesy to everyone attending today's ceremony. Diploma covers given to graduates today are a gift of the Commencement Committee in the Office of the Registrar. Graduates participating in today's ceremonies will receive DVDs of both ceremonies as a gift from the Commencement Committee, the Fredonia Alumni Association, and the Fredonia College Foundation. This afternoon's readers are Dr. Janelle Ray and Dr. Charles Stoddard from the Department of Language, Learning, and Leadership in the College of Education. Will Associate Provost for Curriculum, Assessment, and Academic Support, Dr. Lisa Hunter, please join me in the approval of the confirmation of degrees for candidates of bachelor's and master's degrees and the advanced certificate, and the presentation of candidates for graduation.
May I ask the enrolled faculty and staff to stand, please. Please turn and face the graduates. Faculty and staff, you have played important roles in educating and inspiring these graduates. I ask you now to confirm formally that they have met the requirements of their degree programs. Do you approve these candidates for the bachelor's and master's degrees and the advanced certificate? Aye. President Horvath, the candidates have been confirmed. Thank you, faculty and staff. Please be seated. Present formally the members of the class of 2016. As we announce the names of the individual candidates, please hold your applause until the end so that all names may be heard. Candidates for the master's degree and advanced certificate, will you please stand? President Horvath, these graduates have completed master's degree and advanced certificate requirements in their programs of study. They have been recommended by the faculty and approved by the Board of Trustees of the State University of New York. In the name of the faculty and by its authority, I have the honor of presenting them to you so that you may confer upon them the appropriate master's degree: Master of Arts in Teaching, Master of Music, Master of Science, and Master of Science in Education, or the Advanced Certificate.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University of the State of New York and the Board of Trustees of the State University of New York, I now confer upon you the appropriate master's degree or advanced certificate and admit you to all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining to that degree or certificate. Welcome to the company of scholars, and congratulations.
Candidates for the master's degree and advanced certificate will now be directed to the platform to be hooded and to receive their degrees. Graduates, the ushers will escort you forward by row. Master's degree recipients will be hooded by Dean of the College of Education, Christine Givner, and Interim Dean of the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, Roger Byrne. Advanced certificate graduates have previously attained their master's degree and therefore already wear the academic hood.
Emma Bess Florian. Madison M. Cole. Emily Joy Tronalone. Colleen M. Segura Press. Jordan Taylor Kokanya. Kelsey Finn Lipuma. Erica Ann Morse. Kaylee Ann Deckenfelder. Samantha Renee Diamaro. Emily Marie Davis. Lauren Candace Dewey. Caroline Villafranc. Alexandra Rose Omanshinsky. Amy Elizabeth Spoth. Shannon Colleen Farrell. Brittany Rolene Harvey. Callie Catherine Rains. Erin Marie Colton. Erica Lynn Pennell. Clarissa Ann Pisaric. Bridget Ann Muldowney. Emily Elizabeth Roby. Nicole Christine Triscutt. Jane Catherine Samansky. Chelsea A. Vendetti. Amanda Page Weiner. Brittany Noble. Sarah Doffer Almari. Erica Marie Ballone. Megan Buckley Kane. Tina M. Schwartzmeyer. Jane Madeline Robertson. Judy Beth Kahn. Danielle Verhaeg. Kara Ann Benjamin. Megan Ann Griner. Amanda Nicole Tuggle. Courtney Elizabeth McElwain. Abdul Majid Aldosari. Ryan Thomas Fuller. Kristen Suzanne Champeau. Elizabeth Madell Bryan. Chi Lee. Jamie Allison Roach. Sarah Marie DeCock. Melanie Rochelle Luciano. Jessica Nicole Wesley. Jamie A. Harris. Rebecca Scheifer. Allison Brooke Reinhardt. Christina Everly Hodnett. Alyssa S. Macaluso. Lynn A. Harris. John William Hasper. Ramses Rodriguez. Kauthar Yassine M. Sendi. Tyler Joe Christensen.
Candidates for the bachelor's degree, will you please stand? President Horvath, these candidates have completed the curricula prescribed for their degrees by the State University of New York at Fredonia. They have been recommended by the faculty and approved by the Board of Trustees of the State University of New York. In the name of the faculty and by its authority, I have the honor of presenting them to you so that you may confer upon them the appropriate degree: Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Bachelor of Music, Bachelor of Science, or Bachelor of Science in Education.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University of the State of New York and the Board of Trustees of the State University of New York, I now confer upon you the appropriate bachelor's degree and admit you to all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining to the degree. Congratulations. You may now move your tassels from right to left.
Please be seated. Ushers will escort you to the stage by row to receive your degrees from members of the Fredonia College Council.
May I ask that Dr. Penny Height, Coordinator of Sport Management, now escort Philip Jones and Heather Reynolds to the platform. On behalf of the Jones and Jamison family, Philip will accept a posthumous Bachelor of Science degree in Sport Management, magna cum laude, for his brother, Howard P. Jones. Howard passed away in April and would have been a member of this graduating class. Other members of their family and friends are also here today to honor Howard's memory: his mother, Rebecca Jamison, and aunt, Janet Wagner.
Howard Philip Jones, magna cum laude. Natalie Catherine Buck, summa cum laude.
Tatiana N. Baker, summa cum laude.
Sarah Dix, magna cum laude.
Jason Burgos.
Brianna Leah Henningham, summa cum laude.
Michelle Lauren Cope, summa cum laude.
Stephen Turner.
Liana Schaefer.
Douglas William Clayton.
John Griffin Morgante. summa cum laude.
Leandra S. Spencer.
Brendan Bartz.
Jungwon Yim, cum laude.
Sabrina Macaulay, summa cum laude.
Songjin Yan.
Emily Kasperzak.
Chae-Young Khan.
Andre Jacquez.
Kang Mok Kim, summa cum laude.
Joseph M. Moran, magna cum laude.
Jung Woo Kwok, summa cum laude.
Chelsea Lauren Ortolano.
Lawrence Clement Crilly.
Kyle R. Virgin, cum laude.
Dylan Phalank, cum laude.
John Vale.
Ralph L. Farrell.
Andrew William Sensini, cum laude.
Olivia Francis Malinsky.
Andrea Rose McCarty.
Megan Erin Griffin, magna cum laude.
Daniel Elizabeth Council, summa cum laude.
Abigail R. Dunn, summa cum laude.
Tasha Michelle Fitzpatrick.
Bridget R. Edwards, magna cum laude.
Lauren Hokai.
Sierra Vivian Kaufman, summa cum laude.
Jason Matthew Howard.
Allison Leslie Heaney.
Dong Ho Nan, summa cum laude.
Sabrina McMullen, cum laude.
Sandra Lee, magna cum laude.
Joel Con-Key.
Devin Elizabeth Monaco.
Zachary Ryan Hess, magna cum laude.
Yaski Harata, magna cum laude.
Casey James Miller.
Joseph Damon Corzan.
Kendra Heather Silliman.
Benjamin Everett Schaefer.
Brittany Marie O'Brien, summa cum laude.
Ian Robinson.
Taylor J. Eddington, cum laude.
Elana Ryan Hernandez.
Meredith Eve Nugent.
Christopher J. Mergendal.
Jordan Lamb, summa cum laude.
Beverly Diana Kessler.
Denite Berha.
Vincent Elliott Cemento, cum laude.
Kristen Ashley Poole, cum laude.
Anthony J. Greco.
Kendra Beesmer.
Scott Andrew Schuster.
Kara R. McIntyre, cum laude.
Carl Theodore Deck.
Elena Therapia Pappas.
Daniel Anthony Cerniolo.
Shannon Marie Connor, cum laude.
Monahan. Keith Monahan.
Christine Lee Bushnell, cum laude.
Kyle A. McDonald, cum laude.
Brent Bergstrom.
Daniel Wozniak.
Gregory Gilbert.
Michael David McMasters.
Andrew Thomas Warren.
Michael B. Williams.
Connor Barnes, summa cum laude.
Andrew Dykman, cum laude.
Andrea Christine Purcell, magna cum laude.
Benjamin Javier Soto.
Marnell N. Allen.
Nicholas B. Calhoun.
Emily Landau, cum laude.
Caitlin M. Hayes, magna cum laude.
Lauren Ann Cotas, summa cum laude.
Brianna Lynn Adesso.
Lindsay Pruitt.
Brianna Bola, magna cum laude.
Jeffrey Clark Martin, cum laude.
Krista Ray Donna, cum laude.
Robert Michael Ryman.
Deanna Colangelo, cum laude.
Samantha Marcatel, cum laude.
Samantha Rachel Hoplinger, cum laude.
Jessica Tuttle, magna cum laude.
Holly Catherine Menges, magna cum laude.
Paige Nicole McCoyak.
Corey James Clancy.
Alexandra Marie Tatro, summa cum laude.
Sean Jackson.
Ryan Wilkinson, magna cum laude.
Lisa Beebe.
Taylor Conroy Bourne, cum laude.
Emily M. Cavallari, magna cum laude.
Mitchell Kaufman.
Ryan Thomas Hanlon.
Jeffrey Scott Flagler.
Brent Matthew Nedolensky.
Danielle Martinson.
Zachary Scott Citron.
Taylor M. Tarnowski.
Kyle R. Kapanik.
Tyler Robert Salegi.
Jordan Charles Wolf.
Mackenzie Lee Shanslin, magna cum laude.
Andrew Charles Secord.
Robert Carl Barnett.
James Jacob Courtier, magna cum laude.
Patrick Michael Murray.
Benjamin Lee Fuller, cum laude.
Brian Edward Adams.
Mackenzie Ray Bennett, magna cum laude.
Charlotte Ray Brockway, summa cum laude.
Philip S. DeMarco, magna cum laude.
Brittany M. Hull, summa cum laude.
Ashley Jill Marin, cum laude.
Kimberly M. Hall, magna cum laude.
Naya Seen Menefe.
Emily Noel Ackles, summa cum laude.
George Escobar.
Kirsten Derenbacher, summa cum laude.
Aman Kumar, cum laude.
Nicole B. Angeloni, magna cum laude.
Frank Joseph Vecchio.
Lucy Ann Spina.
Caitlin Ludeman, summa cum laude.
Kurt Allen Kochok.
Carrie Kohansky, magna cum laude.
Brandon M. Klein.
Ashley Genji, cum laude.
Robert Leonard Locerta, summa cum laude.
Michelle Rose Raleigh, cum laude.
Brian Coble.
Jennifer Lynn McMaster.
Tyler Benjamin Gajewski.
Megan Murphy Costello.
Christopher Henry Gajewski.
Allison McGarry, magna cum laude.
Joshua Frazier.
Hannah Ray Henderson.
Christopher Joseph Nickel.
Emma Christine Phillips. Shannon Taylor Kolb. Allison Moran. Kristen M. Reinhardt, summa cum laude.
Shannon Keel.
Andra Lynn McDonald, magna cum laude.
Kelsey Zimmerman, summa cum laude.
Megan Adele Johnson, cum laude.
Ryan T. Renzi.
Brian Christopher Williams.
James Winnie.
David John Miner.
Julianne P. Legnard.
Kevin Scagnelli.
Charlene Laura Takis, summa cum laude.
Daniel Martin Schreiber.
Joshua Scott Wolfson.
Michael J. Gonzalez Kelly.
Christopher W. Gartman, magna cum laude.
Andrew John Shepard.
Jessica Chat.
Matthew Benjamin Phillipson.
Barbara Ann Simon, summa cum laude.
Brittany N. Gilbert.
Danielle Sabienza.
Jamie Barber, summa cum laude.
Erica May Carver.
Chelsea Sue Snow, magna cum laude.
Christina M. Walzak, summa cum laude.
Lindsay Renzel, magna cum laude.
Jessica Catherine Wilson, cum laude.
Jake Wilson de Wallaby, cum laude.
Maria Victoria Senna.
Patrick Christian Langworthy.
Joseph Marshall, summa cum laude.
Andrew Thomas Grace, magna cum laude.
Catherine Guest, cum laude.
Max Mueller, cum laude.
Tyler Burkett.
Eric Stevens Warline.
Joelle Antoinette Dijon.
Carl Wolf.
Krista Marie Boardman, cum laude.
Zachary Richard Jordan.
Emily Lauren Carpenter, magna cum laude.
Vincent Robert Sherman.
Andrew Castellano, magna cum laude.
Angela Ray Halston, summa cum laude.
Alexander Mark Underwood.
Heather Judith Rickman.
Jessica Tim, magna cum laude.
Kevin Keating Geyser, magna cum laude.
Jacob John Kogler.
Nicole Yvonne Lindberg, summa cum laude.
Carolyn Yonda, cum laude.
Rochelle Lynn Dalabach, cum laude.
Catherine Marie McCarthy, cum laude.
Melissa Sue Travis, summa cum laude.
Angela S. Ferrantino.
Paulina Marie Ryan, magna cum laude.
Adriana Jimenez, cum laude.
Delia Luddington.
Dana Lee Newrider, magna cum laude.
Ellen Mackenzie Coach, magna cum laude.
Allison Elizabeth Allmeter, magna cum laude.
Brittany Kelly.
Eric Stephen Swiltowski.
Jessica Marie DeChristopher.
Anna Elizabeth Powell.
Torrin Jack O'Brien.
Jamie Foster.
Jennifer Rachel Herman, magna cum laude.
Leah Janelle Hayes, summa cum laude.
Lauren Christine Lind.
Jessica Platt, cum laude.
Rebecca Marie Farmer, magna cum laude.
Melanie Meisner.
This is an easy. David Nichols.
Mary Beth Anise Cates.
Richard Charles Beckert.
Samantha Morel Russ.
Andriana Viller Havitas.
Emily Grace Honeyman, magna cum laude.
Brian William Matusak.
Sarah Esther Mazakowski, summa cum laude.
Mark Brendan Dudak, magna cum laude.
Jeffrey Michael Story, summa cum laude.
Shane Raymond Murphy.
Nolan Tyler Rist Wemmett.
Alexander Chris, summa cum laude.
Nicholas Alexander Reed.
Caitlin Ruth Tricino, cum laude.
Zachary Christian Moore, magna cum laude.
James John Cutillo.
Michael James Lewis, magna cum laude.
David Thomas Rhoda.
Mert Vergen, cum laude.
Amber Rochelle Unscore.
Nick Hammond, summa cum laude.
Lovely Flolima, cum laude.
Daniel Paul Cecilia, magna cum laude.
Crystal Pala Lebaron, cum laude.
Felicia Linda Fenner, magna cum laude.
Jessica Lynn Trask.
Samantha Downey.
Michaela Lee Kenny.
Tico Dallo.
Amber Marie Neal Balash.
Kenneth Ellis.
Ryan Patek Predmore.
Javon David O'Brien.
Eric Tyler Dormoy, magna cum laude.
Elijah Rhodes.
Dylan Caldwell.
Wilson Gregoria Peralta.
Samantha Trevelin.
Mohammed Sardar.
Courtney Michelle Watkins.
Calvin Munoz.
Sierra La Placa.
Joel Jumper Rosario.
Dana Gabrielle Pizzi.
Thomas Weimer, magna cum laude.
Christine M. Lyon, summa cum laude.
Christopher Querio, summa cum laude.
Taylor L. Johnson, summa cum laude.
Xavier I. Mann.
Christina Marie Ventre.
Michael Quererio.
Zachary Scott Resha.
Keith C. Smith.
Michael Patrick Maloney.
Cameron Patrick Smith.
Philip Andrew Franco, cum laude.
Lindsay McKay, summa cum laude.
Stephen Daniel Lewis.
Christian Robert Feltzer.
Kyle Stout.
Rebecca Francis Rapola, magna cum laude.
Cody Patrick Warren.
Shanna Marie Shikansky, cum laude.
Joseph Paul Harrington.
Kimberly Ann Lataki, cum laude.
Tyler James Lukovic. Close.
Kelly Louise Ettinger, summa cum laude.
Matthew Christian Jones, cum laude.
Jasmine Janelle Barrow, magna cum laude.
Christian Salvade.
Emily Nicole Higgins.
Michael Robert Greenblatt, cum laude.
Taylor Michelle Gorin.
David Ryan Romard.
Joseph Jean Stearns.
Darren C. Pope, magna cum laude.
Corwin Sears.
Emily Elizabeth Donalds, summa cum laude.
Christopher M. Wannock. Cum laude.
Emmanuel Guzman, summa cum laude.
Ryan Ballas.
Bryson Diesenberg.
David Stewart Raiser.
Dylan Michael Falconer, summa cum laude.
Jessica Bullsey, summa cum laude.
Audrey Claire Valley, summa cum laude.
Riley Schmiel, magna cum laude.
Michael Paul Gilchrist, cum laude.
Jessica Lynn Mitchell, summa cum laude.
Robert Louis Schrader, summa cum laude.
Domenica Scarapicchia, summa cum laude.
Haley Alexis Solano, cum laude.
Rachel Elizabeth Skopinski, magna cum laude.
Moran Ann Feeblecorn, magna cum laude.
Melissa Mapes.
Samantha Connor, summa cum laude.
Cherie Lynn Mall, cum laude.
Julia Elizabeth Androganovich.
Nicole Susan Crisali, summa cum laude.
Bridget Alexis Birch, magna cum laude.
Samantha Lynn Shanahan, cum laude.
Emily Simone Lawrence, cum laude.
Marley Nzinga Robertson.
Colleen Patrick Garvin, cum laude. Patricia.
Victor Olivares.
Taylor Lynn Brown, summa cum laude.
Ray Anthony Durante.
Olivia Kalemi.
Robert James Kirschner.
Marissa Mahalski, summa cum laude.
William J. Milbrand.
Olivia Marie Kaltenbach, summa cum laude.
Nicholas James McDonald.
Okay, Heidi Ray. Heidi Ray Gavran, summa cum laude. Was it close?
Sarah Lindofsky, magna cum laude.
Courtney Lauren Domst, cum laude.
Cheyenne Nicole France, summa cum laude. Excuse me, magna cum laude.
Brittany Warren, magna cum laude.
Madeline Medina.
Corinne Elizabeth Shanke, summa cum laude.
Megan Medina.
Holly Ann Bleak, summa cum laude.
Alyssa Ann Morgan.
Brandon Joseph Dykstra, cum laude.
Lindsay Fornes, magna cum laude.
Jin Woo Park, magna cum laude.
Abby Stavish.
Candace? Candace Sullivan, cum laude.
Natalie Christine Mallet.
Kaylee Marie Liz, summa cum laude.
Jillian Nicole Slaviak.
Zia Kiana Kosan.
Tristan Faye Hageman.
Mace Overhut Coleman.
Danielle Shea Serwinski, magna cum laude.
Emma Bowich, summa cum laude.
Jacob Braustrom, magna cum laude.
Paige Renee Richardson, cum laude.
Mark Soderberg.
William Lista.
Michael Bruce Skull.
Lucas Kovacs.
Thomas Bryant Mellon, magna cum laude.
Jacob Alexander Capan.
Nicole Lee Sotolaro, cum laude.
Christian Michael Dermichus.
Sarah Tur, magna cum laude. Janet?
Michaela Christian Yellen.
Kelsey Joan Gannett, cum laude.
Allison Elizabeth Wazalowski, summa cum laude.
Joseph Thomas Nielsen.
Catherine Danielle Livermore, summa cum laude.
Casey M. Swartz.
William E. Cavarata, summa cum laude.
Olivia Noel Curbs.
Sure. Julie Roseanne Vincent.
Catherine Mackenzie Devine, cum laude.
Cody Alexander Marsh.
Samantha Villarini.
Nolan Hettenbach.
Cora Faith Abraham, magna cum laude.
Samuel James Simpson, cum laude.
Megan Rade.
Manuel J.R. Candidato, cum laude. Tamara
Mariah
Normal,
Mozan.
magna cum laude. I think we're duplicated. Benjamin William Pasbal. Paspula.
Brandon DeMeyer Edwards Munter.
I can do this one. Alexander Thomas Smith, summa cum laude.
Alethea Johnson.
Say again. Andrew Carr.
Oshani Anglin.
Yulong Chen.
Mitchell Joseph Gardabay.
Chiyu Liu. My pleasure.
Ibrahima Douglas Torre. Dylan Herner.
Congratulations to each of you receiving a degree this afternoon. Special thanks to our keynote speaker, Dr. Jeffrey Kelly, the musical groups, and all special guests for being part of the 2016 commencement of the State University of New York at Fredonia. Please join the platform party and the faculty and staff for a reception in the Williams Center immediately following the ceremony. Graduates will be exiting Steele Hall at the lower level doors facing the Williams Center. Now, please rise and join the Fredonia Chamber Choir in singing our alma mater, and remain standing for the closing reflection read by Emma Florian, who this afternoon received a Master of Science in Education degree in Literacy, birth through 12.
We leave today to start anew, with the excitement of new possibilities and the eagerness to experience new challenges. Whatever else we will be in life, we will always continue to be Fredonians, skilled, connected, creative, and responsible in all that we do. Let us be willing to see the big picture in all experiences and act in accordance with our best, most ethical selves. May we continue to be willing to learn and experience life and love to the fullest. May we be open and eager to live in a global society, always seeking to encounter new cultures and willing to make new friends. And may we always have a passion to accept and celebrate our differences. May we be blessed with good health, the constant love of family and friends, and the ability to find joy. Our challenges may be great, but we are ready to embark on our next journey. May we take with us not only our academic degrees, but a strong resolve, strong convictions, a flexible attitude, and true courage to make a difference in this ever-evolving world. Thank you.